How many people is exactly like you?
Very few.
Hit miss. Yeah.
Not really, right? Because you're unique. So at the basis of diversity, every human being is unique with their own set of core values.
Sure.
With their own set of offerings to the world, whatever the skill set may be, right? Now, making that assumption in your primary definition, you're assuming they're like you. Okay? So what if now people talk about the platinum rule? Do unto others as they would like to be done unto them. So your focus is thinking about the other side, the other person. What do they need in the situation? How do they want to be heard? How do they want to be touched? Right? Figuratively, literally, right? What does the other side need? But that's not enough, right? That's just the behavior side. Internally, you're as a leader, you need to figure out what do I need as a human being, so at some point, I don't lose myself. You also need to balance, what does John need? What does so-and-so need? What does the entire team may need? You have to balance everybody's needs, and showing respect is a balance between your individual need and the needs of others on your team. Okay, so there's a whole systemic thought process that comes into play. It's not as simple as whatever I want, therefore they want. Right? That's the basic assumption. That's the behaviorist principles at play. You take on those rules that everybody's passed down in generations. Like I did a little bit of research on where the golden rule respect came from. And it's in biblical times, way back in the beginning, right? It made sense back then because human beings, we didn't move, we were on horses, right? At most we go to a few cities. Like Europe didn't even know America existed at that time, right? Everybody was in a very isolated environment. So it's okay to think that because it was homogenous in most characteristics because, everybody didn't move. Now we have globalization, everybody's moved. I mean, there's so many different cultures mixed in every single one of our genetics at the starting point, right? Not to even count the whole family dynamics and everything else on how we go through life in different socioeconomic classes and so forth. So the whole concept of that golden rule, but most people took it as a behaviorist approach. Let me just do what I've been told. The thought process haven't changed. So if we start shifting people in thinking and believing in a different set of rules, it becomes much more interesting, to say the least, right? Now it's my job as a leader to not assume everybody's like me, but let me go figure out what Jane needs, John needs, whoever it is in my team. Let me go figure out what they need and how to create that balance. That is what leaders should do when it comes to diversity.